Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for watching CNXG. This is my question and answer video where I'm answering all your guys' questions that you guys asked last Monday. And any new questions you guys have, please go down below and ask me, and I'll answer them in the next Q&A, which we do every single Monday. First of all, I want to welcome all the new subscribers. Channel's still growing fast. That's great. Welcome everybody. Please ask any questions you guys have. Donations. I want to thank Joanne and Hugo. Thank you so much for donating. It's the best gesture, really. I mean, it really shows you how much you appreciate what I'm doing, and thank you very much because I really appreciate you, both of you too. Thank you. If you guys could go support me on my Facebook page. I've got that in the About section of my channel. I've got links to my Facebook and my website and stuff like that. And locations. You guys are doing really good. Anybody that doesn't know, please let us know what your location is, because we like to know, how far in the world this stuff stretches out. Okay, and it also kind of lets us know that we're all together in on this. We're not alone. It's not just you. Okay, there's a lot of people out there. Oh, I got a new shirt the other day. I thought it was kind of cool. And I think that stuff like this is good for you guys to wear. Be a pineapple. Stand tall. Wear a crown. And be sweet. So it's a lot different than the kind of stuff I used to wear years ago. A lot more positive. So everybody, wear your crown, all right? Be the king of your own life. Let's get started with the questions. First one is from Grace. And Grace is in Michigan. Hello, Grace. Why is my ex-narcissist nicer to me now than when we were together? He tells me about 2 other women he is playing right now, but I can call him for anything. So, you guys aren't intimate anymore, and he's busy with somebody else, 2 other people at least. So maybe he's abusing them, but he's getting supply from them, not from you. But he is getting some supply from you still, Grace. So whatever he's getting from you, just know that he is. Whatever you're giving him is it's enough for him right now. Okay? So, I mean, it's pretty simple. I know it seems confusing and like they have to be together with you, but they get supply from friends, strangers even. But the best is the people that are closest and intimate to them. So he already has been with you. It didn't work. He must not want that anymore. I don't know. But he might still enjoy getting what he's getting from you now. I don't know exactly because I don't know him, but usually it's just all about the kind of supply, and sometimes it doesn't matter who it's from. Okay? Sarah from Green Bay. Hello, Sarah. I feel nothing for my ex anymore. I'm not numb anymore. No jealousy, no anger, no sorrow. Is this healing? Well, sure. You have broken off the attachment from him. And that's really good. At some point, you must have told yourself to stop the hope. Stop looking. No contact. Things like this. And that's really good, Sarah. Good for you. I'm proud of you. And, I mean, doesn't it feel better? Don't you feel like you're healing? Now, there's more to this. And the rest of it is to find out why you were in a relationship with him. Because there's a lot more than just he fooled you and lied to you. There's some reason that we didn't listen to ourselves, our gut instinct, and we allowed someone to kind of hurt us for a long time, okay? So you want to keep healing, start working on yourself, okay, Sarah? It's not about them, it's about us, okay? Thank you, Sarah. Fedra from New York. Hello, Fedra. Could you offer some advice on my situation? I'm still living with a narcissist because of financial reasons. We're married and have to sell the house. Okay, Fedra, so, I understand there's situations where sometimes you have to deal with these people, especially with children. No contact's impossible if you share children. Just, realize that they feed off our emotions. They feed off of us freaking out and being upset or happy, whatever. They feed off this stuff, okay, Sarah? And they also are very dependent on us. So, or Fedra, I'm sorry. So make sure that you aren't doing things for him. Don't do anything for him. Don't say anything to him. Don't react to anything. We call this gray rock. So if you have to deal with someone like this, you don't look at them. You don't talk to them. And it's not just ignore them. You want things to just be mellow, right? So don't make commitments. Don't ask him questions. Don't ask what he's doing. Don't care. Don't look. When he asks you, just one word answers. Yeah, no, no, no. If he accuses you something, just don't even react. Don't say anything. Just, when he says, why aren't you getting upset? Just go, I don't care. I'm over it now. We're divorced. And you're married. I'm sorry, you're married. Start getting divorced. You need to start doing things to tell your brain it's over. Okay, Fedra? So I know you say you have to stay with him. Maybe you don't even have to stay there. I know you have financial problems. Maybe there's a family member, or, a relative or a friend or somebody else that you can at least stay with till this house is sold. Maybe that you could tell them you'll give them some money when the house is sold, okay? Really, really realize that the real key to this is you must separate from them. And I don't care what you tell yourself, and I don't care what he says, and it's damaging to be around them, especially when you've already been emotionally invested. You're already married. You've already lived with him. Okay, so do everything you can to separate yourself from him. Okay, Phaedra? The other thing is if you're around him, if you have to be, then you don't give him any emotion, no reaction, nothing. Nothing. Don't get angry. Don't get sad. Don't get mad. Don't get happy. Nothing. Okay? Good luck. But get out of there. Okay? Start the divorce process. Okay? Linda from Missouri. Hello, Linda. Is it normal for someone with borderline personality disorder to be self-aware of their issues and yet continue to not resolve them? Yes. A very, very, very bad traits of borderline is not seeing their problems, not seeing how bad what they're doing and stuff like this. But it doesn't mean they can't. Okay? And here's the big deal, okay? I've dealt with borderlines. I've tried to help borderlines, okay? And I don't mean just living with them help. I mean literally doing my, coaching them. And the reason, here's why it doesn't work, okay? Here's why there's usually no success with just normal talk, kind of consulting, therapy, whatever, with a therapist or a doctor. You can sit down with someone with borderline. And if they're willing to, they want to change so bad, right? You can sit there and point things out in their life and they'll say, yes, I see that. Yes. Yes, I've done that. Yes, I have. Yes. And they'll admit it sometimes. I've gotten them to do this. And you point out everything to them and they're like, I get it. I understand. Thank you, David. Now, what do we do? And I tell them, you need to do this and this and this. And I say, do you understand? They go, yep. I see. I need to do this because of this. I need to do that because of that. And this will make all this better. And if I just do this, my life will be great. And you're like, yeah, it's not easy, but you got to do it. And, I'll come back and I'll see you, tomorrow, next week. They never do it. They just don't do it. It's the implementing solution. You can tell them the solution. They can have the solution, but they will not implement it. Okay? That's the problem. That's where it stops. Okay? I hope that makes sense, Linda. Any more questions you have, just ask me again, okay? Jestara from Ontario, Canada. Hello, Jestara. Has making this channel and helping so many people been a big part in your own healing? And what is your time frame for healing? Okay, let me tell you, to be brief, I went like 4 years after my huge, long 10-year relationship was over. I went 4 years not knowing what it was. It took me 4 years to find out any information about narcissism and to realize that my ex was disordered and abusing me, okay? But I knew there was something wrong. I knew there was a problem, and I just looked at it at myself. I stopped looking at her, and I broke all contact. I had no contact with her, and I did all these things that I just knew had to be better for me. So I stopped dating because I tried to date a little bit after that, and it was horrible. So I stopped dating. I'm like, if I don't know how to date, I'm not going to date until I figure stuff out, until I figure out what the fuck's wrong with me. So I stopped dating. I started working more, getting myself out of debt. I was drinking, and then I finally stopped drinking. And I was just I don't really ever had a problem with alcohol. After this, I started drinking a lot. And I realized that doesn't help. Stop drinking. Totally. I ate better and exercised and did every single thing I could think of. Then when I found this stuff out, okay, I started just feeling amazingly better right away. It was just knowing what this stuff is and relieving myself of some of my guilt and shame and things like that, and just having a full understanding of how to process this correctly. It really, really, I did that 4-year mark with no narcissist, no abuse. And I did everything I could to get healthy and stronger and better. But I really needed to know this stuff. I really needed to discover this about myself and find out what's wrong and how I fix this. And then I spent the rest of the time doing that. I started my channel, and after I started my channel, I kind of felt like I was good, like I didn't need to keep learning more and stuff like that. But I did for the channel for you guys, and I still do every single day. I'm always looking and searching and reading and watching all kinds of information that I can bring in to try and make more sense of this, more understanding, more ways to feel better, get better, not do this again. in doing that, I have just felt better and better and better. I know so much about this stuff, and I practice it every day. I don't just preach it. I practice it, even myself, every day. So I just feel great. I just feel great. I can't explain it. My goal was to get back to my old self, and then I realized my old self was not happy. My old self was anxious. My old self had shame, and I was unhealthy, and I didn't know how to deal with life. Now I do. Okay? Now I do. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm happy. No more anxiety. I can date, have great, happy, healthy relationships, have success in my life. It's awesome. It's great. Thank you for asking. Okay? Thank you very much. And all of you, take that as some, realize that, I'm just like you, and I did this, and you guys do it, and you'll be where I'm at. That's it. Okay? It's about working. It's about implementing solution. Okay? This isn't about just pointing the finger saying, bad person, I'm a good person, you're a bad person, I'm good. There's more. I'm a good person. I was in a bad place, and I figured out why I was, and I figured out how not to do it again. Okay? Thanks. Thank you for asking. Bob from Manchester, England. Hello, Bob. Will the narcissist heal if he gets away from his family? Well, the narcissist has pain to heal from, and if his family, which I would have to have made him a narcissist, then he may heal getting away from his family. Will he not be a narcissist? No, narcissists don't heal. Narcissism is a developmental disorder, meaning it happens as you develop as a child. And the things that they missed out on, they can't ever get. That chance is gone. It's out the window. They passed it up, and they'll always be this way, okay? Doesn't mean they always have to abuse people or hurt people at all. But they'll always be a narcissist. And getting away from the people that cause them this and the people that cause them pain and hurt and trauma and abuse, of course they'll feel better if they get away from that. But usually they don't. They don't see it. They're too dependent. They don't know how to do good, healthy things for themselves. Okay? Thank you, Bob. Cindy Wood from Boise, Idaho. Hello, Cindy. Can borderlines go a period of time without new supply? Well, I mean, their heads won't pop off, explode. But they're so dependent on people. They just can't. I always say they can't be alone, but it doesn't mean that there's never been borderlines not alone. Sure, they're miserable though. Miserable. Could drugs and guy friends take up their time? Meaning, I think you mean like this borderline doesn't have you anymore as supply, so would drugs and friends kind of take them in place of? Yeah, I could see them coming out of a horrible relationship and hanging out with friends and doing tons of drugs and then maybe having one night stands with women, or he's probably still talking to women, has something going on, but really they need, in the long run, they need someone as close as they can get to them to feel as safe and as secure as they possibly can, which they never will, but that's their goal. So that they need to get someone close to them, and then once they get someone close to them, they think they're going to leave them. Okay, so that maybe that's why he's not necessarily dating anyone right now. He's too scared. I don't know, but in a way that's really not him being alone. He's not dating someone. He doesn't have that main supply, which they need. But I mean, I'm guessing he's probably talking to other women, and he's probably going to lock that down sometime soon, okay? Do borderlines think they are not good enough to be loved? And that's a great question, and I would definitely have to say yes. Definitely have to say yes. They do not feel that they're worthy of love. And so when you convince them that you love them, they think it's over. They think you're going to leave them, okay? Because they don't feel worthy enough. They can't accept it, okay? Thank you. I hope that helps. Bjorn from Finland. Hello, Bjorn. I've heard some people say that borderlines do not gaslight people. I completely disagree with it. What are your thoughts? Thank you. Good question. And let me say this again, because I feel like I have to say this not just every borderline video I make or anytime I talk about borderlines. I feel like I have to say this every sentence I say has to start and end with this. So let me say this again. Okay? I know lots of people with borderline personality disorder watch my videos. And that's great. And thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for watching, subscribing, voting, all that stuff you do. I hope they help. But I have to tell you in the nicest way possible, my videos aren't for people with borderline personality disorder. They're not for you. okay? Even if you suffered from the hands of narcissists, these videos will confuse you because you aren't just the victim, okay? And you can't be reinforced with people telling you you're a victim, you're a victim. That's the problem, okay? You aren't a victim. You're victimizing yourself, okay? You're letting other people victimize you because you victimize yourself, okay? And borderlines. Not all borderlines abuse people. Not all borderlines gaslight. Not all borderlines manipulate and lie and cheat, okay? I understand that. Not all do. Not all. And I hate having to say that. I hate having to say, not all. How in the hell would I know what all borderlines do? I don't. No one does. Okay? I know some borderlines don't abuse. That's great. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about borderlines that do abuse. Because all the people like yourself, you guys are watching my videos, have suffered abuse from the hands of borderlines. Okay? Period. So I don't need borderlines to tell me I don't abuse. Good. I'm not going to give you a medal, a star, or anything else because we shouldn't abuse. If I'm talking about people that abuse, then why do you think I'm talking about you? Because I'm talking about borderline? Not good enough. Okay? I'm not going to talk about every single borderline. I'm not trying to. I'm talking about the borderlines that abuse the people watching these videos. So if you are sorry, if you have compassion for people that have been abused, don't come on here and start saying, I don't abuse, I don't abuse, I don't. Great. I don't either. The people watching these videos, most of them don't abuse either. That goes without saying. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm saying people with borderline, a lot of them abuse, and that's fact. Not my opinion. If I were to say I think all of them do, that would be absolute opinion, and that would be a shitty opinion. A wrong opinion. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So, do borderlines gaslight? Yes. Do all? No. It's safe as that. I mean, how much safer can you get? Is it common for them to gaslight? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. 100% it's common for them to do that. And they don't realize they're doing it all the time, so they don't even know they're doing it. So then I get a borderline say, I've never gaslit anybody. What am I supposed to say to that? Well, good. Are you sure? You know, because that's a common trait. If you're borderline, you probably gaslight. All? No. Am I accusing you of it? No. It's as simple as that. I'm a male. Some male rape women. Do all? No. You know what I mean? Okay? I hope that helps. Bjorn, I hope that helps, okay? Thank you. Danielle from England. Hello, Danielle. Why do we think we are doing really well and thinking positive only for that overwhelming feeling to come back that makes us want to contact our abuser again? I know he is horrible and I feel ashamed and start apologizing to everyone. Okay, that's your reason. The last thing you just said. I know he is horrible and I feel ashamed and start apologizing to everyone. Stop apologizing to everyone and figure out why you do. That's feelings of shame, feelings of unworthiness. That could be from a single incident in your childhood. That could be from childhood trauma. Process this stuff. Work on this stuff with a professional that knows what they're doing. Okay? Best advice. That's why you're doing it. You feel shame. You feel you're not worthy. You feel that you deserve your abuser. Maybe you haven't cut off all hope. Maybe there's some things you can do, like get rid of his stuff, get rid of his phone number, stop looking at Facebook. Lots of different things you can do, Danielle. And if you do it all, it doesn't take much time to stop feeling this way, okay? There's got to be something more you can do. Most of all, talk to somebody and deal with this stuff, okay? Process this stuff correctly. You didn't know how to process it then, and it hasn't been fixed. So get a professional who knows what they're doing. And when you feel safe now that it hasn't happened anymore, it's over, and then go back and deal with some of your emotions, okay, during that time, okay? It really helps. It really helps. You obviously probably haven't done that yet. Okay? That is the end of part 1. And I'm going to start part 2. And I always play it like 30 minutes after this one. Okay? Or after this one started. So in a few minutes, part 2 is ready. Thank you guys so much. If you could, please let me know how I'm doing by voting up or down. Thumbs up or down. Comment. Ask me more questions. I'll answer them this week. Maybe share this on social media, forums, and groups. And I really appreciate all you guys that do that. It really helps this stuff get out the most, okay? I'm doing my part. You guys do yours, and I'll see you in part 2. Thank you. Bye-bye.